Well, the whole reason there's a special sheriff's election in Jacksonville next week is because of residency issues. Former Sheriff Mike Williams stepped down when it was revealed he no longer lived in Duval County as required by the city charter. Now there are residency questions about the front runner, about whether he lives in Jacksonville or not, and whether he lives where he is registered to vote. So this story was first reported by the Tributary, which found that although candidate T.K. Waters is registered at an address in the Duval County portion of Nocatee, his campaign says he lives over on the north side. On Your Side's Kaylee Tracy has been digging into this story today and joins us now in the studio with more. Kaylee, how is T.K. Waters responding to all of this?
Waters says any suggestion that he doesn't live in Duval is, quote, a factually inaccurate smear. He says in between moves earlier this year, he inadvertently kept his voter registration at a previous address. Reporter Andrew Pantazzi's reporting found that Waters is registered in the same precinct as his wife, who's registered at a home owned by a Jacksonville sergeant in Nocatee. The supervisor of elections confirmed Waters is registered to vote in that Nocatee precinct. State law requires that voters be registered to vote and vote in the district where they actually live. While law enforcement officers' specific addresses are protected by state law, JSO told another Jacksonville news outlet last month that Waters had been living in a West Side mobile home but had moved. Waters said in a statement, quote, following the tragic death of our son in our home, my wife and I made the difficult decision to move and began renting in other locations. In between moves earlier this year, I inadvertently kept my voter registration at a previous address, though I was not required to change it until my permanent home under construction is complete and ready to move into. Political scientist Mike Bender says it's surprising that Waters has not buttoned up the questions about his residency prior to this particular election.
Of all of the elections, a special election that's been happening simply because the previous sheriff did not live in the county, we are now in a situation where the leading candidate might have residency questions and might have voter registration problems. This is far and away only in Jacksonville that these sorts of things happen.
Waters is endorsed by former Sheriff Mike Williams and Governor Ron DeSantis. Local elections officials say there's no deadline to update a new address, but notes that it should be done before you vote, which Waters has already done. I asked the Waters campaign, if he ever lived in that sergeant's home, and I'm waiting to hear back. Back to you.